Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello everyone and welcome to This is Football. Welcome to another special edition stream, ladies and gentlemen. I hope all of you could stop moaning about my beard and how badly I need a haircut now. I hope everyone's now chilled with the whole get a haircut, get your beard trimmed. Everyone happy now? Here. Beard gone, hair gone. Happy everyone? Everyone's smiling. Everyone's glad now that the beard is gone. 3/4 of you spent the last month bitching about it. Anyway, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello everyone and welcome to This is Football. Welcome to a special edition stream, solo stream just by myself. I really would just want to talk about a multiple array of different topics. We're going to be talking about VAR. We're going to be talking about referees, PGMOL. We're going to be talking about Arsenal, Liverpool, and City in the title race. We're going to be talking about Tottenham hype. We're going to be talking Chelsea and Manchester United as well, and who I think is in the better position going forward. So before we get started, everyone watching us right now or on the replay, please don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're yet to do so. And special shout out to my guy, Aaron. Honestly, stuff like this is just unreal. Like, the guy won't even watch the stream and he just sent in a super chat before the stream even started. What a guy. Everyone W's in the chat right now for Aaron, man. W's in the chat for my guy, Aaron. Big up to you, Aaron. Thank you so much for the super chat, Habib. Thank you so much for all the love. He says, please like and subscribe to the channel. I will miss tonight, but we'll watch back tomorrow. Hussam is 100% verified. Thank you so much, Aaron, for the super chat. I appreciate you, my brother. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. Absolutely iconic human being. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you so much for the love. And before I start picking up everyone in the chat, make sure you guys are listening to Aaron. He spent his hard-earned money to tell you, hit that like button, subscribe to This is Football if you're ready to do so. Every single person watching us right now or on the replay, please don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, keep getting involved in the chat. This is going to be a very interactive video. And as you guys know, international break. I know you're all bored AF. I know you've all just had enough of the crap every single day. Southgate ball, blah, blah, blah. So hit that like button, subscribe. Big up to Aaron for the super chat. Big up to Total Eclipse. Make sure you guys listen to him. Big up to Drunk Vigo. Big up to John Pierre. Big up to PC Matt. Big up to Ahmed, Kevin Tate, Red Line of Teranga, Warrior, Kingsman, Jordan. Big up to you, BX Gunner in the building. Big up to Cheeky Mo. Big up to Pure 10. Thank you. Big up to Abdus. Big up to Hazise. Big up to Saad in the chat. Big up to Babani. Big up to the Hollister. Big up to Tampico. Big up to Ravi. Make sure to listen to him and like the video and subscribe. Big up to Pure, who says, what is the story behind your Liverpool shirt? What do you mean, what's the story behind it? Like, this is a shirt I own, 11-12 away. You know, many people accuse me of being a new Liverpool fan who didn't even used to watch football. They just think all Arabs who support Liverpool support it because of Mo Salah. That's definitely not the case. I've been supporting Liverpool my whole life and ain't nothing changed. Here we are. I just do YouTube now. That's literally the only difference. So big up to you, Pure. Thank you so much for the super chat, Habibi. I appreciate you. My red one actually got destroyed because of the whole cut my hair for Jude Bellingham thing. So I might need to get myself a new shirt. But big up to you, Pure. Thank you so much for the super chat. Big up to Taz. Big up to Striker. Hello, Staffy. Make sure you guys go subscribe. Big up to Manny. Big up to Momo, my brother. Big up to Uncle Mike. Big up to John James, my guy. W's for everyone in the chat, man. Big up to Kevin Tate. Big up to Futi Taha. Big up to you guys. Big up to Red Line of Teranga, who says, what do you think of Tottenham? Irrelevant club. What do you think of irrelevant Tottenham? That's all right. We hate Tottenham. We hate Tottenham. Big up to you, Red Line of Teranga. Thank you so much, man. My guys already know the vibes that we're going to be on to start the video. Brother, I can afford a new shirt, but I just don't want to put money in FSG's pocket. That's the thing. Alhamdulillah, I can afford a new one. I actually have 3-4 Liverpool shirts. I've got the 14-15 away one, the yellow one. I've got the white one as well from 2010. The red one I have from 12-13. I have a couple of new ones as well. So big up to you. Iskawaran Sahib, big up to you. Big up to Chombe, who says, what's up, bro? Big up to you, Chombe. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you so much for the love. I appreciate you, my brother. I appreciate you. Shukran, Habibi. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the love. And listen, speaking of, Big up Chombe. Big up Red Lion of Teranga. Big up to Pure. Big up to LFC Aaron. Thank you all for the super chats. Make sure all liking the video. Make sure all subscribing. So much for us to talk about. Keep getting involved in the chat. Keep talking to us. Keep getting involved. Keep letting us know your opinions as this video progresses, because there is a lot for us to talk about. So, first topic I want to talk about is actually related to all clubs. It's related to all clubs. It's not just a single club thing. I've clarified this before and I will clarify this again. This is not just a Liverpool thing. This is not just a Man United thing. This is not just a Man City thing. This is not just a Spurs thing, an Arsenal thing, blah, blah, blah. Here's the thing. I want to talk about Premier League referees. I want to talk about VAR. I want to talk about PGMOL before we get into the football. You know what it is? People always say, oh, you wouldn't keep the same energy if it wasn't your club, blah, 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 blah. I went back to Battle of the North. Shout out Matisse. I went back to one of the Battle of the North episodes I done like a whole month ago. Manchester City versus Fulham that day. Had nothing to do with my club. Literally had nothing to do with my club. Literally had nothing to do, with Liverpool or with anything related to me. And I just went on a rant and I said, guys, this is not a City thing. This VAR problem is gonna be a problem for us all. And the PGMOL statements keep getting worse and worse and worse. First of all, why is the PGMOL releasing audio? Why are they releasing audio for the Martial offside that no one disagrees with to begin with? Like, why are we sat here talking about the Martial offside anyway? Like, who said there's a problem with that Martial offside? Like, who sat here and said, yo, you know what? That Martial offside, it's a massive problem. No one said that. Who has ever had a problem with that offside decision? No one even criticized it. We all know he was offside. Why do you not release the audio? Why do you not release the audio? Big up John James, man. Why do you not release the audio for the Kovacic tackle? Can we get the audio for that? Huh? Can we get the audio for that? How about that smart, brilliant idea? People need to realize, last week they laughed at Liverpool. Let me ask you a question, you guys, now, huh? Real question. What would we say had Manchester City beaten Arsenal and the guy who scored the goal is Kovacic? Then what? Then for the second week running, we're talking about referees. Again and again and again and again. Referee this, referee that, referee this, referee that, and for good reason. The reality is, big up Chombe and Sidi, I'm going to read your just in a second. The reality is, the Premier League referees just aren't good enough. And I don't know what it is, whether it's English arrogance, like what the hell is it that is just like, maybe we should be getting referees from outside England to begin with, maybe get a bunch of Italian referees or a bunch of German referees and just make our life easier. And the reality is, most of these wrong decisions are happening in high pressure, high quality, important games, which shows me what? These guys cannot make a decision under pressure to save their life. That's not a positive. That's not a positive indication. That's just the sad reality of the Premier League referees. I'm from Jordan. People all over the world are watching the English Premier League. And people all over the world agree that the Premier League referees are the absolute worst when it comes to top league referees. I've never seen a worse group of referees my whole life than what I've seen in the Premier League. And it's not just about comfortability. It's just about there's no repercussions for any of them to pay. There's no consequences. If a manager loses a X amount of games, he gets sacked. If a player has 5 bad games in a row, he gets dropped. Like, everyone pays repercussions except referees. All we get is statement, apology, statement, apology, statement, apology. I'm tired of it. And by the way, Spurs fans that left at Liverpool, one day it's going to be your day. City fans, one day it's going to be your day. United fans, one day it's going to be your day. Every time it's just going to be someone else. And the reality is it's just not good enough for any of us. For any of us as spectators and as someone who just love the Premier League. That's the ultimate reality. That's the ultimate reality. Anyway, before I carry on, next up, I don't want to spend too much time talking about referees, so I'm going to go to the 2 super chats first. So let me address the super chats quickly before we carry on, because I want to talk about title race. Big up to Chombe, who says, what do you think about the DM thing in January? First of all, Chombe, thank you for the super chat. Second of all, Chombe, my brother, I think we are putting too much emphasis on a 22-year-old. We need to ask ourselves, does Andre take us over the hump against Manchester City? because that's the bigger question here. The question isn't, are Liverpool going to challenge Manchester City? Like I've said, we're going to challenge 3 months ago. Ain't nothing changed. Yes, Liverpool will challenge. Yes, Liverpool are going to put forth a title challenge. And what? And what? We already all know. Everyone in the chat, 99% of you think Liverpool are going to challenge for the league. That changes nothing. Andre is someone who would need time to get to the level that we want. And to be honest with you, I would rather someone a bit more experienced and Andre alongside him as the Thiago replacement. That's my honest opinion. Big up to you, Chambe. Thank you for the super chat. Big up to Sidi, says, big up, top away kit, Hussam. Thank you. I appreciate it, Sidi. Big up to you. I only buy retro kits. Here's the thing, my guy. I actually have a couple of old kits as well, but I just need to find them. They're somewhere in my closet. The yellow one and the white one as well. I'm going to need to rep them still a couple extra times. So, yeah, that's my thing. But I need to find a website that doesn't put money in FSG's pockets. Anyway, big up to Sidi. Big up to Chombe. Red Line of Teranga. Pure 10. Big up to LFC Aaron for the super chat. Everyone right now, slap the like button. Everyone right now, subscribe. We're going to be talking Tottenham Hotspur. We're going to be talking Arsenal Football Club. We're going to be talking all these topics. So get involved in the chat. Allah yanamalek ya woman. Get involved in the chat. Slap the likes. Subscribe. Everyone who sent in a super chat will always, keep getting shout outs as the video progresses. So love to all the people who have supported us. And listen, we promised you entertainment during the international window. I know you're all bored. You know why? Because I'm bored. So I'm trying to get you as many different shows as possible. Tomorrow, inshallah, at 6:30, I've got Jacob coming on. I'm trying to still find a City fan to come on. And I've got, what's his name? Kunle coming on. So we're going to be talking title race as well. There's Al Ahwa on Sunday where we have a special topic for you guys. There's so much, Alain Amalik. There's so much things to talk about. So get involved in the chat, like and subscribe. And let's just get to it. Title race. Title race, title race, title race, title race. Title race / Tottenham Hotspur. Now, I asked myself before this video start, I asked myself a question. Osam, shall you dedicate a whole segment to Tottenham Hotspur? And I said, hell no. Why would I dedicate a specific segment just for Spurs? I'm not going to sit up here and dedicate a whole segment just for a club that has won one Carabao Cup in my whole lifetime. I can't. So I have to talk about the entire title race. The top 4 as things stand is Spurs, Arsenal, Manchester City, and Liverpool in that order. Now, the ultimate reality is, you guys, when it comes to the top 4, when it comes to who's challenging for the league, I'll make a statement right now. If Tottenham Hotspur challenge for the English Premier League, I will dye my hair white and I will sing "Oh When the Spurs Go Marching In." I would do that happily without any problem. Big up Will in the chat. Genuinely, Will, by the way, I'll give credit to Will. Will has the best setup on YouTube, in my opinion. Out of all the football YouTubers I watch, make sure to go check out his channel as well. But this guy has the best setup on YouTube by far. But anyway, I will repeat the statement again. Clip it, post it wherever the hell you want. If Tottenham Hotspur challenge for the English Premier League, I'm not even saying win, I'm saying challenge. If they challenge for the English Premier League, I will dye my hair white and I will sing "Oh When the Spurs Go Marching In." That is my genuine, honest opinion on that football club. And big up to Chombe who says Spurs won't finish in the top 5. I'll be honest with you, because I'm about to unpack the Spurs nonsense right now, and I'm going to be objective. I'm just going to be 100% objective. I'll tell you the objectivity I'm going to be using. Let's look at the teams that Tottenham Hotspur have played so far. Brentford, draw. Manchester United, they beat them. You know who else has beaten Manchester United? Who else has beaten Manchester United, you guys? Everyone. Galatasaray has beaten Manchester United. Not that big of a deal. They've beaten Burnley. They've beaten Sheffield United. They've beaten Luton Town. We all know what happened at the heist against Liverpool. And they got a draw away at Arsenal that they all pretended is a win. That is the genuine honest opinion, objectivity. I'm not even letting my salt speak. I'm just being objective. So, objectively speaking, Objectively speaking, Tottenham Hotspur, according to Opta, not me, according to Opta, Tottenham Hotspur have had the easiest start to the season. Fact. Forget opinions, forget all of that. Tottenham Hotspur factually have had the easiest start to the season. Factually speaking, they've had the easiest start to the season. Now, would I go as far as what Chombe is saying, Spurs won't finish in the top 5? No. However, I think the top 3 in this league selects itself in no particular order: Arsenal, Liverpool, and City. Those are the 3 best teams in this league. Now, position 4 and position 5 in the English Premier League is there to win for anyone. Chelsea could get top 4. Newcastle could get top 4. Brighton could get top 4. Aston Villa could get top 4. Tottenham Hotspur could get top 4. And by the way, I always say this and then I need to remind myself to even do it. We need to stop saying top 4. We need to start saying top 5. Because 5th place gets you Champions League football too. So that's something we all need to consider. Now, Tottenham Hotspur have had the absolute easiest start to the season. Absolute easiest start to the season, objectively. Because if Liverpool had the start that Spurs had in those first 9 games, we'd be on 27 points right now. We wouldn't have lost. Actually, you know what? I'm going to give respect to Arsenal. I'm going to say we'd be on 24 points right now. So we'd be on 1 L. That's it. So I look at Spurs' start to the season. I look at where they are in the league, and I'm like, there is an imposter amongst us. And I refuse to dedicate a whole segment to a club I have no rivalry with. You know, their fans are just a little bit annoying, but yeah. I want your hair when we are above you at Christmas. My brother, I've already laid down the law. First of all, thank you for the super chat. Second of all, I said, if Tottenham Hotspur challenge for the English Premier League, I will dye my hair white and I will sing, oh, when the Spurs go marching in, bar for bar, letter for letter, word for word. Happily, Danny. Which is even better than me shaving my hair. What happens when I shave my hair? You've all seen me bald. It's not like it's anything special. So yeah, that's my thing. But thank you, Danny, for the super chat. So my honest opinion on Spurs is, I think they're starting to become the media darlings right now, and it just gets on my nerves. It actually generally gets on my nerves. Ange Postecoglou out here in every press conference, it's the way the journalists treat him is just so cringy. It's just so bloody cringy, honestly. It's so cringy. Like they're just basically kissing his you-know-what every single press conference. And also, let me just say something, yeah? Ange Postecoglou does not deserve Manager of the Month. Son Heung-min, I think Mo Salah deserves Player of the Month, and that's not Liverpool bias speaking. I'm just being honest. I think Mo Salah deserves Player of the Month. But when it comes to Postecoglou does not deserve at all to win Manager of the Month. And if we're talking about September, Liverpool won every single game except the September 30th heist that happened away at Spurs. So Jurgen Klopp deserves that more than he does. Mikel Arteta deserves that more than he does. But we're all sat here, I don't know, for God knows what reason. I was like, yeah, good day, mate. Ange Postecoglou, let's all kiss his you-know-what. I'm so tired of it. Son Heung-min, okay, you scored 6 goals against Burnley and them, man. Congratulations. Who cares? There's no such thing as going under the radar, blah, blah, blah. I'm telling you right now, inshallah, we'll be there. Spurs hype is going to end soon. And when the Spurs hype ends, I don't want all these Spurs fans to disappear. I don't want Will to disappear. I don't want Jean-Pierre to disappear. I don't want any of the guys in the comment section when Spurs lose 3-4 games in a row and Age can't bounce back. I don't want you guys to bitch about it. And I don't wish injury on anyone. I won't even wish an injury on a Man United player. But one injury to one of your key players, and you're done out here. Big up to JJ Ash, who says, Hussam, big up, bro. Heard the breaking news. Saliba arrested and charged with people. Oh, you all had me in the first half. With people smuggling. He had a Haaland hidden in the hand luggage. And that takes me to the topic which I'm going to talk about now. Ram, if you lie on my name again, I will actually ban you. Never ever lie on my name. I've never celebrated an injury once. Please. That's not even funny. Anyway, I will get to that now in a second. And I'll tell you why I think Saliba is one of the best players in the whole league. I think this season, William Saliba has been absolutely phenomenal. And the fact that Haaland had 0 XG against him, we're going to talk about that. You best believe we're not going to leave that unspoken. You know, we're not going to ignore it. That's something that we'll definitely speak about, inshallah. So stick around, JJ, and thank you so much for the super chat. Can't lie, you had me in the first half. I was about to go check my Twitter. I was like, what did he get arrested for? Big up to City, who says, can't wait to hear Ainge cry when things get hard. And you already know things are going to get hard. By the way, if I'm doing a genuine, honest ranking of Premier League managers right now, let me think. Pep is better than Ainge. Klopp is better than Ainge. Arteta is better than Ainge. I think Unai Emery is better than Ainge. And I think De Zerbi is better than Ainge. That's 5 people. 5 managers easily. So, yeah, 5 players easily are 5 managers easily are better than Ainge Postecoglou. But listen, he beat Burnley and Luton and Sheffield. So let's give him every manager of the month award. Lord. First of all, Ram, chat, give Ram the reality right now. Who did I say should start left back? Go on, chat, because I want us to embarrass Ram publicly. I love embarrassing people who accuse me of doing stuff that I haven't even said we should do. Chat, who did Hussam say should start left back? Can you tell me, please? Everyone who watches my Liverpool content, who did I say should start left back, chat, right now? I won't even say the name, Ram. I just want you to get publicly embarrassed. Read the chat. Read. Here. 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 Exactly. I didn't even want Tsimikas to start, so hold that. And I literally gave Tsimikas an F on my player ratings. Just go watch it instead of bitching in my chat. Anyway, big up Sidi, big up JJ Ash, big up Danny, big up Chombe, big up Redline of Teranga, big up to Pure 10, and big up to Aaron for the super chats. Keep getting involved, you guys, in the chat. Make sure you're all liking the video. Make sure you're all subscribing. Everyone right now, please like, subscribe. Keep getting involved in the chat. There's 208 people of you here, even at this time of the night, man. I'm so humbled by you guys' support. Run the likes up, subscribe to the channel right now. Guys, we're not even on 100 likes yet. Come on, we can do better. Yalla, get us to 100 likes ASAP. Well, Tottenham Hotspur will never ever be a club that does something for the first time. Jurgen Klopp has won, I think, 4 or 5 in a row, 1920 season. If you don't know, get to know, brother. Get to know. Anyway, speaking of title race, now that we've addressed the imposter, let's actually address the 3 real clubs. Let's address the 3 real clubs that are going for the Premier League title, since we, spoken about the imposter for 5 minutes. That's 5 minutes too much airtime. So, big up Redline of Teranga, my guy. Arsenal Football Club. Many people, first of all, I just want to explain something real quick, and I feel so annoyed that I even have to explain this about Arsenal. I'll tell you exactly what I'm about to explain. Guys, you know what it is? Liverpool Football Club, unlike other football clubs, don't need to manufacture rivalries. I'm not a City fan. I don't need to pretend to hate another club just so I can feel like I'm relevant. I support Liverpool Football Club. I hate Manchester United. I hate Everton. To a smaller degree, I hate Chelsea and Manchester City. In my entire lifetime, whenever we've been good, Arsenal have been crap. Whenever Arsenal have been good, we've been crap. Always people tell me you're twerking for Arsenal. First of all I've done was make a prediction. I predicted that Arsenal will win the league. I'm not twerking. That's number 1. Number 2, there is no reason for me to hate Arsenal. Why would I hate Arsenal for? Someone in the chat give me one real reason for a Liverpool fan to hate Arsenal. Some will tell me, oh, the fan base. Yeah, but all big clubs have annoying fans. How many annoying Barca fans you met? How many annoying Madrid fans you met? How many annoying, like any big club have, like, it's just all big clubs have annoying fans here and there. It's nothing new. I support Liverpool Football Club. If Liverpool were in a title race with Arsenal, I'd want Liverpool to win the league. But for me, there is no reason for me to hate Arsenal. Why would I stop here and hate Arsenal? And by the way, let me explain something to you. Arsenal have a three-peat. Manchester United have a three-peat. Liverpool Football Club have a three-peat. I'll be damned if that fake plastic club with no history does a four-peat. It's simply not going to happen. And I don't want it to happen. That's why I would rather Arsenal beat Manchester City to the league. Simple as. Like, If I'm sat here, I'm just saying like, yo, like if Arsenal and Manchester City are in title race, why the hell would I want Manchester City to win? So they would obliterate all of our records? 4 league titles in a row? Hell no. Hell no, I ain't trying to see 4 league titles in a row. People want me to be forced to hate another football club that I do not hate. I don't hate Arsenal. I've got no problem with Arsenal. Like it's just simple as that. Liverpool are in a title race. I want us to win the league. But if I were put in a position where I had to choose whether I want Arsenal to win the league or Manchester City to win the league, I'd rather the club that's real, that's authentic, that is a proper football club, that's a big football club, that has no rivalry with me whatsoever, and it stops that club from winning 4 in a row. If Manchester City were going up against Manchester United in a title race, of course I'd want City to win. But why would I want City to win over Arsenal? Like what? What for? What for? There's no reason for me to hate Arsenal Football Club for. So for me, I've got no problem with Arsenal. I have no problem with them. And I have given Arsenal plenty of credit. I was actually one of the earliest people in this entire YouTube game to say Arsenal are going to win the league. If you actually watch multiple content creators, 99% of the people predicted Manchester City to win the league. How many people have you seen go on YouTube and go like, Manchester City are going to win the Premier League again? I don't think that's the case this season. And I'll go as far as to say, I don't think that Manchester City are winning the Premier League. I just don't. I really genuinely do not believe it. I don't think Manchester City are walking away with the English Premier League this season. I don't. I think it will be Arsenal or Liverpool who win the league this season. I just don't think City do a four-peat. I'm going to be sorry with you. Now, I'm looking at this as a... Let's look at it from a horse racing situation. Before we do that, let me read Redline's super chat. It says, for me, Arsenal finishing 5th in 21-22 was a blessing in disguise. No way they would have sustained the title race while playing in the UCL with that squad. Now they have a better basis. 100%. I agree. I agree. Thank you, Becky. You better call Becky with the good hair. Who the hell sang that song? One of my friends used to play that every day, bro. Anyway, my thing is, first of all, Red Line of Teranga. I think this super chat relates more to the Man United and Chelsea section that I'm gonna get to in a bit. But one thing we do have to give credit to Arteta for, and this is something that I understand that it's used as a buzzword now, so it gets on you guys' nerves whenever anyone says it. But I'm giving Arteta credit for establishing a style of play and sticking to it. Play out from the back, pass left, pass right, try to control possession, etc., etc., and he stuck with it. And that's what's given them the foundation to build now. And I do agree with you. I think it was a blessing in disguise, because had they had Champions League football last season, the squad would have been way too small for them to compete. So yeah, that's my honest opinion. And W's in the chat right now for my brother Red Line of Teranga for that super chat. I appreciate you so much, my guy. Big up to Chombe, who says LFC will win the Premier League this season. Believe me. Don't worry, I'm gonna get to it now in a second. I'm gonna tell you why, from a horse race perspective. I think we're not a pony and we're not a horse. We're in the middle. We're like a small horse becoming a big horse right now. I'll be honest with you. Like, I don't think we have what it takes right now, unless we feed the horse steroids this January. I'm explaining it in a second. Big up to Mr. Link, who says Liverpool, Arsenal, City. Completely agree with the top 3. Chelsea, Spurs, Newcastle. I think Spurs definitely have a like possibility of finishing 4th or 5th. 3rd and above, it's not going to happen. Liverpool are going to finish minimum 15 points above Spurs. I've got no doubt about that in my head. Thank you so much to Mr. Link for the super chat. Get the likes up, you guys. Everyone right now, yalla, like and subscribe. Yalla, yalla, yalla. Get us to 100 likes as quick as possible. Now, I'm looking at this as a horse race. Arsenal are the horse that 3 years ago was a small horse, but it ate and it ran and it ran and it got better and it got better and it got better. And now the horse is all muscular. He's got strong hooves. You know, he's got brand new metal things around his hooves, and he's just ready to run. I look at Manchester City as the big bad horse anyway. The horse been there. The horse been running these races. The horse been winning these races. So the horse has been getting involved. I look at Liverpool as a horse that sustained an injury last season, and it's taking him a little bit of time to recover. That is how I'm looking at Liverpool Football Club. Now, with Arsenal Football Club, we've got to give them massive credit, you guys, whether people like it or not. Listen, I'm not here to always just shit on teams. Sometimes you have to sit back and just give credit to credit. Massive credit for what Arsenal have done in the past 18 months, developing themselves so much that the horse has gotten a whole new leg right now. Like, Arsenal are ready. People headed into the season still somehow went like, oh, Arsenal won't even finish in the top four. Arsenal are this, Arsenal are that. I think Arsenal is a team that's ready to win now. Now, come March time, will it affect them being in the Champions League? Only time will tell. Only time will tell if that's going to happen. But I think I predicted Arsenal to win the league, and what's happened in these first 8, 9, 10 games to start the season has cemented my opinion that I'm wrong, and I hope we win the league, that Arsenal going to win the league. Now, with Manchester City, the earliest prediction I made, everyone in the chat can vouch right now. The earliest prediction I made on this channel is that Manchester City are going to be Champions League winners. Everyone who watched my channel in May, I've said it from such a long ass time ago. Manchester City are going to leave this season as Champions League winners. They're going back to back. They're going back to back in the UCL 100%. I can smell it. I can see it. They're going to win the Champions League. However, I don't think they win the English Premier League. And it's time some luck went against them because, you know, we don't forget stuff like the hand of fraud and all of that stuff. You know, first of all, City fans are so cringy. I swear to God, so cringy sometimes, like hand of fraud. Bro, like, how cringy are you? It's just, come on, man. So anyway, I think Manchester City, it's basically a horse that's won the last 3 races. So he might be a little bit tired, but only time will tell if they will inject him with something in January, because they always have injections ready, Manchester City. Now, speaking of having injections, Liverpool Football Club, the third horse in this race. Liverpool Football Club, the horse got injured last season. The horse fell down for a little bit. The horse went to the hospital and it's recovering slowly, step by step by step. Now, the only way that this horse beats the other 2 horses is if we inject something in January. The ultimate reality is, you guys, I can't, you know, I'm so happy I am a YouTuber who speaks sense. I'm so happy I'm a guy who doesn't sell copium. I'm so happy I'm not a robot. I'm so happy I am not a robot. I'm so happy I'm not like one of these others who sit up here and will just praise anything the club does. I wasn't one of those people who, as soon as Endo was announced, oh yeah, Endo, yes, Endo is amazing. I told you guys he's crap and it's been proven. With Endo, I don't think he's good enough. And I think no club has won a league, last I remember, without having a serious DM. Like, every club that has won the league title has had a serious DM. Now, I tweeted this about like a month and a half ago. I said, if we keep it close until January and then we buy in January, essentially inject the horse in January, then we could win this race. As things stand, though, and this relates to what Chombe is saying here. Thank you so much for the super chat, Chombe. He's asking, who do you think have better players, Arsenal or LFC? You want to hear my honest opinion, huh? This is my honest opinion. Liverpool, in my opinion, have the better starting 11 when everyone's fit, because we have more lethal players, more game winners. But Arsenal Football Club have the stronger squad. And this was a conversation I actually had with a couple of people, and we tried to analyze this last time because they accused me, oh, you're twerking for us. I'm not twerking for us, and I've just made a prediction that I think is going to happen. With the Arsenal squad, they have better options than us on the bench, specifically in that midfield position. That midfield position, in my opinion, they have quality depth compared to us. Our starting 11, fantastic. But what do I always tell you guys? We need to stop living in utopia. As Liverpool fans, we need to stop living in utopia and act like injuries aren't going to happen and we're going to be unscathed all year long and no one's going to get hurt and we're all going to be happy and it's going to be happy days. You know, there are like It's just all sunshine and rainbows. A storm will come. Now it's about us weathering the storm. Can we weather the storm? Can we get over the hump? Our 11 is strong. Allison, Trent, Van Dijk, Konate, Robertson. I won't even say anything on Robertson because people say it's an agenda. McAllister, Gravenberg, Soboslai, Salah, whoever and whoever. I'm not even going to get involved in that debate, okay? That 11 is very strong. As a matter of fact, when it comes to depth, I think Liverpool Football Club have the strongest attack in the league, if we're talking about depth included. Just think about it for a second. Mo Salah, Darwin Nunez, Luis Diaz, Diogo Jota, and Cody Gakpo. That front line depth is strong AF. It's very strong. Very strong. But now we look at the other positions. Thiago is an option, of course, but Bajcetic, Curtis Jones, who I've given so much credit to this season. I even gave him an A yesterday, so no one can say anything. Curtis Jones, Harvey Elliott, Bajcetic are three youngsters. Three youngsters. We cannot rely on youngsters in a title race. Come April time, that's the problem. Endo, if I speak, I'm in trouble. We have three injury-prone centre-backs with an injury waiting to happen. Konate could get injured any second. Matip could get injured any second. Joe Gomez could get injured any second. And by the way, you know who's actually the worst, most dangerous injury out of those guys? Gomez. Because Gomez is also our backup right back. So all hell's going to break loose if that, God forbid, happens. God forbid if that happens. He could actually play across the back line, which is something we give credit for. But I hope Gomez keeps at least playing at this level, because one thing I will say, and this is once again me showing that I'm not biased, I've given Joe Gomez so much credit. I actually gave him a higher rating than Van Dijk on the player ratings show yesterday. You know, so I'm just going to keep it all the way 100. Big up to Red Line of Teranga says, I posted my one and only video on YouTube after our 4-1 loss at the Etihad. Analyzed our shortcomings in the window under FSG's ownership since 2018. Need a DM and a centre back on January 1st. W for you, Red Line of Teranga, for the super chat. That's number one. Number two, W for the contents of the super chat. Number three, my brother. You know what pisses me off with Liverpool Football Club? We always like to do these like 80%, 85% windows. We got to 100 likes. Big up the chat, man. Everyone like and subscribe right now. We always like to do these 75%, 80% transfer windows. We love doing that shit. We absolutely love it. I'm going to fix my leg. I'm going to fix my arm, but I might leave my nose broken. I'm going to fix my nose. I'm going to fix my arm, but I'm going to leave my leg broken. I'm going to fix my leg. I'm going to fix my nose, but I'm going to leave my arm broken. That is the Liverpool specialty. All Liverpool Football Club had to do was buy a DM and buy a centre-back. It cannot get more simple than that. It cannot get more simple. What the Red Line of Teranga, what was I shouting about all summer? Huh? All summer long, what was Hussam saying? Red Lion. Be honest. What was Hussam saying? All summer long, what did I say? Buy a DM, buy a centre-back. Buy a DM, buy a centre-back. After Soboslai, we all sat here, we were saying, okay, Liverpool are serious this summer transfer window. All things have changed. All things have changed. Liverpool are serious. And then here we are. Here we are. Still talking about needing a DM, still talking about needing a centre-back. It is what it is, man, Red Line. And by the way, all summer long, they tried to gaslit me and you and people who had this opinion into thinking we're negative and we should just trust whatever the hell the club does blindly. Big up to Cave, who says, us winning the league will depend on other teams getting to 90 points or not. I don't see us getting there, so we have to hope for an 80-plus point title race. 100%. And this could be, and this is why I said it's about us strengthening in January. And another thing we need to remember is Liverpool are in the Europa League. So if we're in a title race, I'm not trying to see Klopp take that competition serious at all, because I'm going to do something that Spurs fans know nothing about. Arsenal, sorry for the stray, but you know nothing about either. I've got 6 of these. When you have 6 UEFA Champions Leagues, okay, like I'm going to win the Europa League, I'm going to stand up and clap, I'm going to say, well done, kudos to winning it. The only way, there is one massive caveat. If we play Manchester United in the Europa League, that becomes World Cup. So if a Baku scenario happens, nah, it's different. Big up to you. Big up to Abu Bakr. Thank you so much, Kaveh. Big up to Abu Bakr who says, big up Hussam. Nobody likes us. We are a bigger club than all of the Premier League teams. They also don't want us winning the league. It's why we got shitty schedule. The only way we can avoid all of the turmoil in us. And let me, first of all, W for Abu Bakr, W for Red Line of Teranga, W for everyone in the chat who sends in all the super chats, man. I appreciate you guys, man. You guys keep the channel ticking. Big up to you. Make sure you guys are liking and subscribing. Here's the thing, Abu Bakr. If no one's gonna say it, I'm gonna say it. I think there is a hidden agenda against Liverpool at this point. We have had 14 12:30 kickoffs after the international break. 14. 1-4. You look at the Premier League scheduling for this next international break. This one. I'm talking about this one. Forget the one with Liverpool and Man City. This one. Why are we playing Everton on the 12:30 slot? Liverpool Football Club are in the Europa League. Whoa. Liverpool are in the Europa League. Liverpool play on a Thursday. So you could easily make that game on a Sunday. And then you know what I do? This is what I do. I go Premier League. I try to look at the schedule. You know what? Maybe I'm going crazy. Maybe I'm going over the top. So let me look at the Premier League schedule. What games are on Sunday? Aston Villa, West Ham at 4:30. That's it. That's it. Aston Villa, West Ham. Nothing else. Aston Villa, West Ham are on at the 4th. Why don't you give me the Sunday 2 p.m. kickoff then? That's a slot open right there, waiting for Liverpool to play. It's getting to the point where it's actually just sad what's happening. VAR robbed us against Tottenham Hotspur. The referees robbed us because Jota shouldn't have been sent off. And against Brighton, people are not talking about this, but Pascal Gross should have been sent off. I understand Premier League, you want an Arsenal Manchester City title race, but make us fight with them. Don't stop us from fighting alongside them. Simple as that, Abu Bakr. So whoever the hell is running the scheduling, I can't lie to you, you cannot put a team in so much of a bad position compared to other teams. 14, come on. Big up to you, Zone Nova. Big up to you, Abu Bakr. So anyway, how I'm looking at it this season, the title race, current top 4, Arsenal are in a title race, Liverpool Football Club are in a title race, and Manchester City are in a title race. There's one imposter in the top 4. We already know who they are. They're gonna fall off soon. And inshallah, we'll be there when they fall off, because I can't wait for the fall off. But those for me are the 3 contenders for the English Premier League title. And I think there are strengths and weaknesses to every single side, of course. One of our strengths could become one of our weaknesses. One of our weaknesses could become one of our strengths. This dependent how we approach the Europa League. I've been talking about, I think clubs going too strong in these competitions, and I've been proven slyly to be true as well. So yeah, that's my honest thing. I think this season, I've predicted Arsenal to win the league, and I stick by it. I hope I'm wrong. And with the January transfer window, if we go address what needs to be addressed this January, then I will back Liverpool to win the league title. Now, there are 2 clubs left in the top 6 I want to talk about. Before we do that, big up to my guy, LFC Aaron. Big up to Pure 10. Big up to Red Line of Teranga. W for you, Red Line of Teranga. Big up to Chombe. Big up to City, Danny, JJ Ash, Mr. Link, Sky Cave, and Abu Bakr for the super chats. Big up to you guys. Make sure you're all liking the video. Make sure you're all subscribing to the channel if you're ready to do so. Every single person watching us right now or on the replay, please don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Keep getting involved in the chat. As you see, we're addressing many chats, not just super chats as well. So like, subscribe. Big up all of you guys, man. 251 people in an international break at midnight. That's my people right there. Big up to you guys, man. So next 2 clubs I want to talk about are Manchester United and Chelsea. And I'm gonna be so real with you. Manchester United and Chelsea. Earlier on how we gave credit. If we give waves, so whoever beats whoever to a league title is better. Mourinho beat Pep to a league title. Klopp beat Pep to a league title. Like, what? That's such stupid logic. Blackburn won a league title against Alex Ferguson. That doesn't mean, like, come on, man. Anyway, so Chelsea and Manchester United. Earlier on, we gave credit to Arsenal for developing a style of play, for choosing a style of play to go with, for playing a certain way. I think Pochettino is actually trying to do that. Now, we all know Mo Genda. Big up to Footy Judge Mo. We all know Mo Genda. He likes to chat shit sometimes. But the reality is, what he said about Chelsea and Manchester United at the start of the season is 100% correct. Chelsea's problem was they couldn't put the ball in the back of the net. But Chelsea were establishing a clear-cut style of play in which they know exactly what they're doing. Chelsea Football Club knew exactly what they're doing. They're getting a pattern going. They're doing a whole lot of stuff. So Chelsea Football Club were doing the right thing from getting a style of play going. With Manchester United, it's the total opposite. And that's why last season, we kept telling the Man United fans, this is not Ten Hag ball. Ten Hag is not establishing a style of play. Ten Hag is not doing what he's supposed to do from establishing a style of play, etc., etc., etc. And this is what is putting Manchester United back. Because if Manchester United started last season with them establishing a style of play, then the foundations would have been built for whoever comes in now. All you have to do is just slot into the team. You already know the way we play football. We play football the same way against blah, blah, blah. Like, once again, I'm not expecting Erik Ten Hag to play offensive, amazing football, Anfield the way or Etihad the way or blah, blah, blah. But at least play it against the teams that you are, 99% expected to beat. That's the ultimate reality. Why hasn't Ten Hag needs to play a certain way against Brentford and against Brighton and against Palace and against Luton, against Sheffield. These are the clubs you have to play the same exact way against. And this is the problem with not establishing a style of football. Actually, in Pep Guardiola's words, in Pep Guardiola's mind, you establish a style of play, and that style of play will eventually lead to results. And in my opinion, that's what's happening to Chelsea. Yes, Chelsea have beaten 2 relegation fodder teams, but Chelsea have started this season horribly. They've started this season horribly, the Chelsea Football Club. They've absolutely started this season absolutely horribly. But because they have a style of play, because they know what they want to do on the football pitch, all it took was for them to just put the ball in the back of the net. And as soon as they start putting the ball in the back of the net, they look 100 times better. Why? Because a style of play has been established, because they've gotten into a place in which they are kind of like, okay, we're attacking, we're defending, we're doing this, we're doing that. That's the thing. So with Ten Hag, the one thing I will say, that Brighton game for me was the most shocking one, because Brighton were heavily rotated, heavily changed. So many injuries, no Istupinian, no this guy, no that guy. They had Welbeck, they had Lallana, they had blah, blah, blah. And they ended up losing 3-1 at home to that shit team. That for me is red signals. Now, I don't think they should sack Ten Hag. And look, this is a show where I'm going to be objective, because going forward, if I'm going to do reviews by myself, I cannot sit up here and just be biased about every club. We all know the Glazers is the biggest problem. If any Manchester United fan now tells me, Hussam, the reason why we can't win the league is the Glazers, I'll tell you, you know what? I agree with you. If you're going to tell me, Hussam, the reason why we can't win the Champions League is the Glazers, I'll tell you, I agree. But you cannot tell me the reason why you can't beat Brighton is the Glazers. The reason why you can't beat Galatasaray is the Glazers. That's where we have to disagree, because the manager needs to be held accountable, at least to a certain degree, to a certain extent. And the problem is, people either want to Ten Hag out or Glazers out or blah, blah, blah. With Ten Hag, I think he's made decisions this season that he definitely has to be held accountable for, and he has been held accountable for, and he has paid for it. Prime example number 1, not dropping Rashford. Prime example number 2, not dropping Bruno. There's a Man United fan who put out a comp of Bruno Fernandes, and he called the comp grenade launcher. He called the Bruno Fernandes comp grenade launcher. That tells me all I need to know. How are you calling a compilation grenade launcher? Unbelievable, Jeff. Grenade launcher? Are you mad? He's a football player. So for me, those two, they need to be dropped. And actually, I went on so many shows. Big up to Troops. Back again. You understand? Um, on the pod, Troops actually started the United section by saying Brentford deserved to win that game. You know what? I actually completely disagree. I thought Manchester United actually were the much better team than Brentford. I thought Brentford was crap on the day. Brentford didn't impress me at all. Brentford did not deserve to get the 3 points from that game. They simply didn't. Now, are Man United lucky because they scored 2 goals towards the end? Okay, yeah, they were lucky. But I don't think they deserve to lose that game at all. I think maximum you could say Brentford deserved was a draw. I'm not going to go over the top and say, oh my God, they deserve this and they deserve. No, 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 no. There's time for bias and there's time for us to be objective and honest. And honesty is saying that Manchester United deserved to beat Brentford. They deserve to win that game. And I think their shape became so much better when they brought on Garnacho because they used their width better. And with Scott McTominay, he does so well for Scotland in a much more forward role. It makes you wonder, why don't just Man United play him in a forward kind of role? Like, I'm not saying play him as striker or something. I'm just saying, why don't you play him further forward? Why don't you play him in an advanced 8, as people like to say, or a 10? Maybe that could work. Maybe it could work. So Manchester United could get better this season. But the one thing that Ten Hag needs to do, first of all, there's two things that needs to happen for Manchester United to be fixed. Now, I hope this doesn't happen, but this is my honest opinion. Number one, they need to get a sporting director. Ten Hag needs to stop making transfer decisions on his own. Ten Hag needs to stop making transfer decisions on his own. He needs help from actual footballing people, sporting directors who can make decisions, important decisions. Second thing is, Ten Hag needs to establish a style of play to play against 90% of the teams. Once again, no one's talking about the Emirates. No one's talking about Anfield. No one's talking about the Etihad. No one in the chat, would agree with me right now. No one in the chat would be mad at their club parking the bus away at Anfield or Etihad or Emirates. You could park the bus and you could get a result. You know, you could be more defensive, you could be more aware. But we're talking about Brighton at home, Brentford at home, games like that. That's when you need to establish a style of play and play that style of play. And it'll only make you better. And it'll only make you better. But the problem is, I don't know why he's refusing to establish a set system in which Manchester United play. And it's actually a little bit different for Chelsea because Chelsea have had the system, but they haven't put the ball in the back of the net. Slowly, they're starting to put the ball at the back of the net, and Chelsea are getting better and better and better. Now, with Jackson, he still is a little bit hit and miss. Nicholas Jackson, make no mistake. I mean, you could argue he's even been one of the worst, signings based on performances so far. But for me, Jackson and the Chelsea forwards, if they start putting the ball in the back of the net, then they can improve massively. And I look at this next Chelsea run, and it's just like people are talking about, the run is difficult and etc. Yeah, but at the end of the day, Chelsea Football Club are not gonna lose to every single club. It's not like Chelsea are gonna lose to Spurs and lose to City and lose to Arsenal and lose to every single team. Like, there will be 1 or 2 games in which they pick up points and in those run. So it's not like it's impossible for them to win a game of football. They still can. And to be honest with you, whether it was Arteta or Pep or Jurgen Klopp or whoever in Pochettino's position, where he had to sign 500 new players, then they will also struggle because you have so many different players trying to adapt, so many players trying to get to that position. And, many players are not even used to the weather or the food or all of that. So it takes time for players to get used to things. So for me, the fact that Chelsea have established a style of play is positive for them going forward. And I'm going to speak about both clubs actually in a surprisingly positive light in a second. Big up to JJ Ash, who says, Sam, Chelsea are the new city after offloading players to Saudi. Now it's Riyadh Air as shirt sponsor. How can Saudi own 2 teams, even if partly? You know what it is? Last time I tried to explain. You know, you know what it is? I'm talking about a club right now that I hate, Manchester United. Manchester United are a club that I hate, but it's hate with a sprinkle of respect. The reason why I say with a sprinkle of respect is because I know that's my biggest rival. I know that we're the 2 biggest clubs in the Premier League. And with Manchester United, I recognize, listen, they could turn this around. And I'll be honest with you, Manchester United could finish in the top 4 or top 5 easily. It's not like it's impossible. I don't think Newcastle are good enough. I don't think Spurs are good enough like that. They could still finish in the top four, make no mistake. It's a genuine, actual possibility that they can. And for me, I'm looking at this situation, and I actually stick by probably my first prediction during the season, which is I think Man United and Chelsea both finish in the top five. Now, will that mean that it will come at the cost of Tottenham Hotspur? We will see. We will see. That's the honest thing. And with Chelsea, you know, Terry asked me during this summer, big up to Terry, big up to Football Terrace. Terry asked me during the summer, Hussam, what do you think Chelsea should do? I said they should not even look at buying players. They should focus more a bit on selling and try to buy a little bit less players with a bit more quality, just for the players to have time to develop, to get to that level, to get to that stage. And I think that's been their biggest problem. The fact that they haven't really focused on trying to get like a bit of the same old players with a bit new players to gel in. I think they made too many changes. And there is such a thing as too many transfers as well. Make no mistake. And that's why we always say when we get accused, oh, you bottom rats, you just want to cripple the club and buy 500 players. Like no one said that. I'm not trying to buy all these players anyway. I'm just trying to say it needs to be a step-by-step process. And it's always going to require time. Now, the reality is they need Chelsea fans to be patient, yet they're the most impatient fan base in the whole league. So unless Chelsea fans develop a patience, kind of like thing, then I just simply don't think it's a thing. That's the honest opinion. Like, big up to you, JJ Ash. Thank you most for the super chat. Make sure you guys are listening to John James, liking and subscribing. So I think Manchester United have a possibility of finishing 4th or 5th. So do Chelsea. It's not as impossible. It's not impossible. It's not like, oh my God, they're not going to finish top 4 at all. They're crap. They're shit. No. I think there are signs there. With Ten Hag, though, established style of play, get to playing a certain system. And I think, they will probably end up eventually, reaping the rewards. Two clubs I want to give shout-outs to before we wrap up. I want to give massive shout-out to Brighton. Brighton Football Club, heavily rotated this season, heavily changed this season, sold 2 of their better players, and De Zerbi still, for the most part, I know they lost to Villa 6-1, but De Zerbi deserves massive credit, deserves a F-ton of credit for the style of play that he has developed, for the consistency that he has developed within these players. And now we saw a Brighton team go away to Man United with the likes of Veltman and play offensive, exciting football, which should never happen. Should never happen. So you have to give respect on Brighton's name. The other club I want to put respect on their name, and this is a genuine opinion of mine, is Aston Villa. And I think with Aston Villa, their problem has always been consistency. Aston Villa is the type of club who can win 5 in a row and then lose 5 in a row. That's just the type of club they are. So I think Unai Emery could get a consistent run going and they could slowly start becoming better and better and better and better. With Newcastle, I stick by my preseason prediction, which is I don't even think Newcastle make the top 4 or the top 5. And if they do make the top 4 or top 5, that means Man United and Chelsea are so crap that they allowed them to be in the top 4 or top 5. So I think there's a massive Newcastle overhype right now. I'll be completely honest. I think they are getting over. I'm not going to say too much overhyped, but there is a little bit, a sprinkle of overhyping on Newcastle. I don't think they're as good as people make out. And that win, against PSG, look, of course, it's going to give them, how can I say this? It's going to give them confidence and momentum going forward. But that does not mean that I think they're good enough all of a sudden, because I genuinely do not believe that. So yeah, that's my honest opinion. Anyway, guys, we've hit the hour mark. I didn't want to keep this going for forever. So, this has been a short, good video. Big up to everyone in the chat. Big up to LFC Aaron, Pure 10, big up to Red Lion, Chombe, Sidi, Danny, JJ Ash, Mr. Link, Kave, and Abu Bakr for the super chats. Big up to you guys. Make sure you're all liking the video. Make sure you're all subscribing to This Is Football if you're ready to do so. Everyone right now, please like, subscribe. W's to you guys. And you know why I want to say W? You know I'm sending W's to you guys is I am humbled by your support. There was almost 300 people in here watching me on a Friday midnight in the middle of the boring ass international break. And you guys know me. Listen, I'm a channel with only one guy here. I don't have 2 guys, 3 guys, 4 guys, a whole team behind me. It's just me. And I will try to continue to entertain you and give you as much content as possible and continue to give you as much quality as possible. And genuinely love you all. You guys are absolute icons. Thank you so much for your consistent support. You guys have been absolutely unbelievable. And tomorrow, inshallah, at 6:30, there's an imposter amongst us special with Jacob, with Kunle, and I'm trying to find a City fan still, which is easy. There's about 3 of them. I appreciate it. And probably around 11ish at night, inshallah, there'll probably be a Liverpool related stream or something like that. So we'll see what happens, inshallah. That's why you have to hit the like button, you have to subscribe to the channel. And love you all, and I will love you and leave you. See you guys tomorrow, inshallah.